Hello and welcome to MFAT Coaching. I am coming to you today to do an Erin Condren horizontal spread. This is the A5 size. I'm going to use the Southern Farmhouse Happy Planner sticker book, and I'm going to talk about, refreshing our first set of 2022 goals as it is the last week of the month. So if you are interested in any of that, I encourage you to please stick around. All right, as always, I just want to say big thank you to all of my subscribers, and this is your first time on my channel. I want to welcome you here, and of course ask that if you get a chance to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am so thankful you are all here. So today I'm going to decorate in this planner using the sticker book, just as I said. Now usually I do a big sticker up here because on Fridays, my podcast records. I record a podcast with a friend. And but this week I want to do something a little different. I want to use these cute little circles and do something to make little bullet points on Friday. So usually there are five key parts to our podcast, and so I'm just going to start with that. I'm going to skip the gray just because I don't think it's going to show up very well, and I'm going to cut these in half. All right. I'm gonna grab my tweezers. All right. And then before I do that, I almost thought about using these because they're so cute and already set up, but I decided I just wanted the little half. But what I want to do, there we go. I'm going to use at the very top this gray one and just kind of center it here. I'll write down the episode number that we record that day. All right, and now we'll start here. Then I really like some of these. It says happiness blooms from within. I really like that one, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one off. Just think it is truly beautiful. And go ahead and put it, I think, down here. All right. So as I said in my intro, one of the things I want to talk about is looking at our goals for 2022 already. So it does help. Many people find that by now they've already forgotten their New Year's resolutions or their goals, and most of that is because they haven't looked at it. So what I'm encouraging you now is go ahead and look at those resolutions, look at your goals, and let's see what we can do to see how you're doing on them. If you're not getting as far as you want, if you've already forgotten them, then let's start by remembering them. So that's my first suggestion for today. These are all about food, which is fine, but the podcast may or may not have anything to do with food, so I'm going to skip over those. I would like something dark on the other side, if possible. Oh, very important. All right. I'll go ahead and put this, very important, just here in the middle of Thursday. Let's see. We'll do it in the middle. Because that's when the podcast airs. So, there we go. I don't always like to put the like mirror image, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna go ahead and use some of these other boxes before I forget. So definitely one for Monday and Wednesday. And Monday we'll do a post, and then same thing. Wednesday we always do a post. All right, so we've looked at our 2022 resolutions or goals for the year. And then the question becomes, of course, have you completed anything? Have you taken the steps that you need to get it done? So you'll have to, of course, really answer that question for yourself. But that really is your next question. Okay, and then what I encourage you to do is, of course, if you have or haven't, what you want to do is try to find a way to be honest with yourself about whether you have or haven't been successful in your goals. But without judgment. So you don't want to judge yourself. You don't want to give yourself a moral judgment about how successful you've been. If you've been successful, great. Give yourself a high five, a pat on the back. Celebrate that. I definitely want you to celebrate your wins and your successes. That said, what I don't want you to do is look at all of that and be really disappointed in yourself because you didn't get what you hoped for done. The goal is to learn about yourself when you do or do not complete a goal or a resolution. The goal is not to give yourself a moral judgment and to say somehow you are a bad person because you did not successfully complete a goal. So, can you look at your resolutions, your goals, and just see where you have so far been successful and where you have so far not been successful? And instead of doing any sort of moral judgment on that, just say, okay, there are areas where I've been successful and there are areas where I haven't. And where you haven't, what is holding you back? Is it that you're not entirely sure how to complete the goal? Is there something else holding you back? So what is it that might be holding you back? And particularly look to see if maybe some of your goals are, dare I say, vague. Because a lot of us put down in our resolutions things like, that are fairly kind of generic, such as lose weight. All right, that is a great resolution. One that many people have. But what does that mean? What does it mean to lose weight? And how will you do it? Will you do it through changing your diet? Will you do it through a greater workout or a different workout regimen? How do you plan on completing that resolution? My guess, if you haven't done much, then in this first month, then maybe it's just because you're not entirely sure how. And the how can be very, very, I don't want to say simple, because that's certainly not what I mean, but it can seem like it's something that's so obvious, but you're just not sure what to do. So, I read a book called Tiny Habits, and within the book, the author discussed the fact that his spouse wanted him to wipe down the shower, I think, after every shower. And it wasn't that he didn't want to do it. He's perfectly happy to wipe it down, but he never did it. Come to find out, he just wasn't sure how. He was not sure what that meant. What did it mean to wipe it down? Wipe it down, spray something, wipe it down. What? He just was unclear as to what it meant and what tools should be used. And so finally, he kind of just asked his spouse, okay, what do you mean by that? What am I supposed to do? Can you be more specific? I'm not sure I fully understand really what to do. He's like, and I'm sorry, I know that sounds really silly and simple because, wipe down is wipe down, but I'm just unclear. And his spouse was like, okay, use this towel that's right here, do the following. And he was able to see that it really wouldn't take very much time, and he was able to do that task for his spouse and really make his spouse happy. So look at your resolutions and just see, is there a place where maybe you're just a little bit unclear as to what exactly is needed? Not because you don't know how to do it, but you're not really sure what doing it looks like, what it would mean. Because there's just so many times where we think we know, and the truth is we just really don't. And anything that we don't know that seems at all ambiguous, we're not going to do. It's just a part of human nature. So look at your resolutions and see if there is any ambiguity, and how can you pull out that ambiguity to make it specific. When I do my workouts, for instance, I have learned that I have to know exactly what workout I'm going to do, or be able to go to a place that will tell me exactly what I'm going to do in order for me to do it. If it's open-ended at all, if I'm just go for a run, but I don't tell myself how I'm going to run, what type of run, the length that I'm going to run, the distance I'm going to run, I just won't do it. It's too ambiguous. So when you're looking at your goals, if you see any ambiguity, can you take a few minutes and just try and make those things specific? I want you to be able to take this feeling that we all get towards the beginning of the year, and really kind of lean into that, and take this feeling of refresh that I have talked about all month, and see if you can continue that into February by looking at your habits again and doing a refresh of them. All right, so that's my suggestion. And I think I am done. There's a lot of open space here, but I'm not really sure if I want to fill it or what I would fill it with. I do maybe, like, I really like this, take time to savor the simple things, but if I'm gonna put that there, it's gonna be right next to that, and it's gonna be I'm not gonna like that. So let's try the simple you can and see where I might like it. I just don't know. I know I want to like put it down here, but I'm really, do I want to layer it with something? It's always that little space at the end that is. Okay, before I make any decisions, I do also have the Southern Blues. And the colors and things are not perfect, but there might be something that I could throw in here. One of these flowers, however. I feel like maybe a flower here. This saying you can over it. Okay, that might be where that goes. Sometimes they just adhere really quick to the page. And then I think if I add another flower to this side, I know there's the flower in the photo, but I really want it. I think that will give it the kind of cohesiveness that I like from page to page. And then I think I just need one more box. All right, last but not least, I'm in a little box here, and I have found this daily check-in box, but I do not want to use it like that. So I'm cut off the top and the bottom in as straight a way as I can. And now I have made myself just a skinny little box. I'm going to put here. All right. And there we go. So plenty of space to put posts every day. This is my Saturday box. I know it really looks like a Sunday box, but that's okay. That's my Sunday box. And that is done. All right. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions, if you need any guidance on how to make your New Year's resolutions more specific, unambiguous, and of course, just good luck to you as you move towards the second month of 2022 with your resolutions. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this spread, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.